On the allotment you can't really escape the necessity for digging. On this particular plot here, it's been a non-stop dig, dig, dig. But it does pay dividends. First, you dig one way. Then, you dig all the way down to the bottom there. Then you turn around and you dig back again. I like to have the pile of weeds. This was a huge, huge pile, and it was all full of dandelions mostly. The plot hadn't been worked for 3 or 4 years, so basically I dug a huge pile of weeds, and now I'm come back on Christmas Eve to dig them all again. Now what could be more Christmassy than this? You come down to the allotment and you pick your own Brussels sprouts for Christmas Day from your very own allotment that you grew yourself. Yum yum. What we've got growing here are some fresh greens with these large leaves here. Still got 1 or 2 of the pointed cabbages, but only really sort of tail end, and these ones will survive the frost. But what I wanted to show you is how dug over this patch here. There's a little baby tree there, little cutting there might survive. I've actually planted out a whole host of garlic and also onions as well, and the garlic lines along here, but also either side of my sprouts. Now these have done very well this year. They were quite overrun with little white flies, but I would shake them off, and I did use a very weak sort of biological spray, and I would always just shake them off, but the frost has eventually killed them, the pests. So now I can just come back as and when and get the sprouts when they're needed. And that was the whole point of the winter crop. You can grow crops like this. Now I was quite looking forward to this, but this is the first year been able to grow these things down here, having a go, and I've enjoyed it very much. At the bottom of the plant, at the bottom of the plot there, sorry, we've got some greens, and also walking across carefully not to tread too much on my garlic. Here we've done very well. We've got some beetroot here, and they've grown extremely well. Been quite pleased with these. These were at the back of where I had some Jerusalem artichoke. I may well grow a few. I've probably got no choice, they'll be back anyway. But it's done rather well. And the soft fruit, I haven't had to put fleece on it yet. This year we've got red currants, white currants, and there's another beetroot there. Lavender's done all right. And at the back, well, basically the rhubarb dies back on an allotment. So all in all, 2014, a drought in June, but overall, provided you watered and then now dug over this plot, it's been well worthwhile. So I'm looking forward to 2015 and even more. Already daffodil bulbs are starting to sprout in this sheltered part here, and there are some signs that rhubarb will emerge. There you go, a little rhubarb leaf there on Christmas Eve. Now it's always worth checking on these, which are Salaria. You can of course take some of the leaves out on these, but I'm leaving these in for as long as I can to see how they develop over time. And there's the top of the Salariax there. You can just about see it, that's it there. So I've got, let's have a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Salariac growing. That was my first lot of Salariac. And there's another rhubarb leaf. Reminds me of the fact that it won't be long. The days are growing longer anyway. The shortest day's been and gone now. My fruit trees, these are my gauge trees here. They're doing well. Well, now that is a beautiful, beautiful crescent moon. Let's see what we can get then, shall we? On Christmas Eve.